What is going on, my beautiful people? I hope everyone is having a superbulous day today. Fellers, sorry for the late stream, and because of that, it's going to be a shorter stream. Very busy day today, but I did still want to hop in, chit chat with you guys, kind of go over, some things, just shooting the shit. To start off, let's check in on the galactic map, see how we're doing. We got 137 active. About 97,000 are on Cyberstan. Starkilled is 83% liberated, so I imagine hopefully tomorrow morning we will be on our way to Transcendence. And then that's probably going to take probably about 2 days to liberate. It doesn't show right here, but when I logged in earlier, we had about 60 million reinforcements. I want to say yesterday or the day before we had 100 million. So I feel like that's enough. By the end of tonight, we'll probably have, let's just say, 50 million. Fuck it. I believe 50 million is enough to take on Transcendence. It's going to be down to the wire. It's going to be down to like the last couple million, I think. We might have like 3 million to spare, but we'll see. So that's going to be a fun time. I don't have enough time for relatively any of these missions, so we're actually going to be checking in on Destiny. Excuse me, watching some videos, see what's going on. I got this Paul Tassi video up. Kind of just want to see where Destiny's at. I mean, I kind of already know. You know what I mean? I've been playing Destiny for the past 11 years now. I can generally see the consensus whenever I hop into someone's stream. It's typically just running the same old content over and over again, just giving yourself new challenges. I'm gonna solo this just cause or something like that. So we're gonna go ahead and see what's going on. Should actually pop this down.
Alright, I'm back with the Destiny 2 video, this time based on an article I wrote earlier about the roadmap, which is, of course, not about the roadmap, but the absence of the roadmap. I was seeing if anything would come at reset yesterday. Nothing did, and now we can wait for the TWAB and see if anything comes there, and this is not the 5th TWAB in a row where there's nothing. This seems like the last week this makes any amount of sense if the shadow and order delay is happening. I have reported that I have heard that it is being delayed as much as 2 months potentially. I think the fact that we haven't even gotten a preview for it yet would also indicate that. Plus, we now know it is coming allegedly in the 3-day window between the marathon server slam and the marathon actual release date, so that seems ill-advised, but a pushback of
Wait, let me look at this. The development roadmap. Okay, for January 31st. What is this? So the 1.1.2 is deployed. Prometheus lens buff, Flashpoint milestone fix, exotics and heroic strikes. I mean, okay. Ikora waypoint fix, just some standard hot fixes. Okay. Coming the 27th, Nightfall scoring and high score tracking. You got a new emblem. This is like essentially like this looks like first Descendants roadmaps. Like a bunch of hot fixes, a bunch of like patches, like little slight like UI changes. Like this is literally what it's like playing first Descendant. Just the smallest of tweaks, just to kind of keep the lights on, just to kind of give you something to look at, tell you we're still here, we're still alive. Which, you know, again, as fuck. Again, as a Destiny vet, I know Bungie, and I feel like everyone already should know that all of their resources is all their money, all their fucking team, all the assets, everything is being put into Marathon to ship this game. We gotta get it is a all hands on deck to get Marathon out. So I legitimately don't expect much coming out of Destiny. That's kind of like why I haven't really been playing.
2 months would be more than just like, okay,
Now
we're trying to get onto the marathon.
to be fair though, the Star Wars update was very cool. It was very nice. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Got to give credit where credit's due. It was cool. The dungeon's cool. Yeah, that's about it.
Window, especially since they're not remotely the same genre. What all this says to me is that I don't have any like extra information map. I don't even know if I really want to go digging for it because at this point I'm just so curious about what Bungie is going to screw it. I'll just, I don't care enough about clout or whatever to just leak everything or leak certain things about the roadmap specifically because
Wait, hold on. Wait. I didn't read that until I just read that just now. Eater of Worlds. We're getting the D1 raid back. Yo, what's going on, Troy? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. We're kind of going over some Destiny news right here. I'm a Destiny player, unfortunately. Yo, what's going on, Jumper? Your comment isn't showing up on YouTube, but I could see it on stream. We're winning the major order, boys. Yeah, I mean it's looking pretty good, honestly. When I checked on earlier, it said 60 million reinforcements left, and Starkilled is 83% liberated. And yeah, I figure it's gonna be liberated by tonight or like early morning tomorrow, and then we'll be marching our way to Transcendence. You used to play that? Same. I'm just taking a break. I just cause I'm a D2 D1 vet. I'm a Bungie vet. I've been playing fucking Bungie games since I was like 8, back in the Halo days. So I've been playing Destiny for a hot minute. But it's just like not in a good position right now. The lack of content and the lack of love is starting to weigh. And everything like every asset, every team member, all hands on deck is being put into shipping out Marathon right now. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're watching this Paul Tassi video on.
I really just want to see
kind of what's
them
going on.
finally come out with it. Shadow and Order delay, whatever, but I don't know. I don't even know if I can get a full picture of the roadmap anyway. The idea here is that I cannot imagine that this is something as simple as, we're running into some issues, Shadow and Order is delayed, which then makes the next 2 expansions delayed because we're just shifting the schedule. It does not take 6 months to come up with that kind of plan.
The reinforcement would be down by Saturday. The city would be down by early Thursday. And then if everything is still easy because of the Siege reinforcements, we should get Transcendence by Friday. Those are some good numbers. I like it. But now check it though. Here's my theory, right? Because I think it's right here in the dispatches. Let me pull you over real quick. I think it's right here in the dispatches. It was talking about essentially cyborgs trying to flee and essentially try to go to another planet. And that's kind of what makes the most sense to me, like as far as content. Like even if we were to liberate Cyberstan, you can't really take away the content. That's exactly what they do with all the other planets, like with the what's it called? You can't go to Oshwane, but you can go to Omnicron, which is the exact same thing, right? The exact same seeds, same planet, or like the lava planet, right? They're not just gonna take away content. So my theory is that they're gonna flee to like one of these other planets, one of these back planets, and kind of that'll be something for us to go to while Cyberstan is being liberated. You know what I mean? They will be everywhere after it. Yeah, because I mean, like it is a business first and foremost. They have to have content. And if Helldivers is the kind of game where they content vault like fucking Destiny or something, then that's not really a good look. So technically they have to have the content here for us in some capacity. Right? Same thing with pretty much every planet, like the Fire planet. You could still come here. I wasn't here for the major order, but I imagine, it wouldn't really make sense to get rid of it. Here's Omnicron like up here. Right? There would never be another true Cyber Saiyan. That is true though. That is true because unfortunately there is a bit of FOMO. There are like different surges and different buffs that are applied in like factions or whatever, like the Incineration Core or something that might not be there on that planet. That is true. There'll be other planets with the Borgs, but it took the Borgs 2 years to build all the mega factories. So you're gonna, but that's the thing is I don't think that we just won't have access to fighting in the mega factories. I feel like that is truly absurd for any game to do that, to take away content like that. They probably have loads in cryo. Sleep in the back sectors. Oh yeah, absolutely. I 100 there's no way that they just had every fucking cyborg being developed here. Like, this is the core. This is where they're making them. But, like, they're obviously sending them back here. This looks like an evil-ass planet. Vindamitrax Prime? That sounds like a robot-ass planet. I can't even speak. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Helldivers, it's so crazy. Helldivers has so much potential. It really does, dude. Can you imagine if this game had like cinematics, right? If we could like customize this shit, dude. If we could like change the color, I would really, and it's like a lot of quality of life stuff too. I would love transmog system in this to be able to look like I have a certain piece of armor, but having the benefits of another piece of armor. Or if anything, just allow me to change the color. I could change the color of my guns, right? So it's like some of the mechanics that I feel like should be in the game for quality of life reasons. They're like kind of in the game, but like not all the way. They would probably keep the missions, just not the mega factories. They might set up smaller mega factories on other planets, but it won't be as bad as Cyberstan. You're playing Red Dead Redemption 2 right now and it's fun? Hell yeah, dude. Dude, Red Dead's sick. Red Dead's sick. I've low-key, I played and I beat Red Dead 1. And then I started Red Dead 2. In about 10 minutes of in the snow, I'm like, this is going to be a long-ass game. And then I put it down. Because that's one of those kind of games where you got to get invested in. And it's like, I'm not going to play any other game besides this game for the next, like, 3 months. And then I just, like, never got around to it. Because genuinely, it's going to take me a long-ass time to fucking beat that game, you know? It's like, it's what I call a prison game. It's like if you had one game to play while you're in fucking prison, or you're on, like, an island or something like that, Red Dead Redemption. That's one. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That'll keep you busy. Fucking RuneScape or some shit, like like an MMO. Destiny will keep you busy. Destiny will keep you busy. Destiny will keep you real busy. You guys are distracting me. And let's get back to this Paul Tassi video.
So what I wrote this article about is that I have to believe that something big is coming to really, really change things. Probably for the worse, maybe for the better, but I think we all would lean toward the.
Well, you guys want to see some Helldiver 2 stuff? I got like a couple minutes in me, so that's kind of why I'm just like shooting the shit. I know there was some Yo,
Hey,
we'll
in
look at this
today's
this
news, we're going to discuss why
Helldiver
we're
video.
failing the Cyberstan invasion.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
go over
speaking of the major order, I'm a little upset on Arrowhead's end. So the reason why we failed the major order, okay, that the hackers, right? But also a little bit of Arrowhead. So before, our first major order was 25 million missions. Missions. And I don't know if anyone else had this issue, but I misread or misunderstood the new major order where it said complete 8 million operations. See that operate. If you don't know what an operation is, when you click on a planet and you click on an icon, the 3 missions that pop up, you complete those. That's one operation. I didn't know that. My brain was still on the missions. So I would like go do blitz missions and shit like that, thinking I'm doing something, to which technically I am contributing to the liberation of, that mega factory. But as far as the major order, I wasn't really doing much. This whole time, you know what I mean? Like half of my games, I wasn't even completing my operation. So I'm a little upset on Arrowhead's end for changing it. Why did you change? Like, I get you got hacked. Change back the numbers. Like, what's the problem? So I feel like it's kind of Arrowhead's fucking fault why we lost. It was, and I'm curious because if I got confused, how many other people like misunderstood that or didn't get the memo? Did you guys know about that? That you had to complete all 3? Because I dead ass only figured that out after watching like one of Cloud plays videos or something like that talking about it. Or I think it was like a Lieutenant Buzz Lightyear. He was saying, some people just don't have the time to be doing 3 40-minute missions back to back, you know what I mean?
why the reinforcement mechanic was a good yet terrible idea. We'll also go over a post from an Arrowhead team member, plus there's a lot more to cover. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button and the hype button below, because for every like and hype this video gets, Super Earth will provide each Helldiver with a 2.4 second break. So don't miss out and tap like today. So without further ado, let's
Shadow
jump right
glitch.
in. Let's go ahead and talk about the Cyberstan invasion. So far, we're failing. And to be quite blunt, I think their reinforcement mechanic was a great idea. However, it was also a very terrible idea. The main reason is that if you look on the galactic map, we can clearly see how divided everyone is.
That is true.
On the automaton side, there's 69,000 players in total as of right now, with 60,000 of those players on Cyberstan, while the other 9,000 are on a random.
So to kind of like just speak on that, on the divided part, it's a very finicky situation, dude, because the bug divers are always gonna be there. They're always gonna be bug diving, but there's also the case of sometimes you just want to break. You know what I mean? Sometimes you want to play Helldivers, but you don't want to fucking play Cyberstan. So I could kind of understand that I just want to chill out. You know what I mean? And especially when we had those strategic opportunities where we had to go fight the bugs, we had to go fight the squids, I was okay with that because I needed some loot. It gave me time to fucking sample farm, get some medals. So it's like I kind of understand not wanting to be on Cyberstan every fucking day. However, when you go on to Cyberstan, there's several thousand people not doing like the objective. Several thousand. Or it'll be like we'll have like 90,000 where we're supposed to be. And then we'll have like 25,000 everywhere else. That part, I don't get that part.
Automaton controlled planet, which makes absolutely no sense considering how big this major order really is. The second faction you'll see in this graph is the Terminants. There's a total of 21,000 players, almost 22,000 on the Terminant side.
Again, loot. I can't get mad at people wanting to like farm. I mean, if that's the reason you're there, like I can't, because I've done it. I can't even get mad at it.
Then on the very bottom where the illuminate can be found, there's roughly 2,200. Maybe it'll reach 2,300 here in a few, but
No one's fighting the
nonetheless,
squids.
the point is you've got players scattered all over the galactic map, which isn't a big issue at all. However, when you throw in a reinforcement mechanic and the deaths that occur on those planets also affect your reinforcement budget,
That
then
sucks.
that's a big issue. In fact, I'd say it's a massive issue given that all deaths count and it can ultimately ruin a major event like this,
Yeah,
where we're so close to defeating the automatons. Now, I get it, right? No one should be crying about this or whining about losing, but losing is not the issue here. I can totally accept a loss. Yet, that being said, losing a major order because of other players totally sucks. And I ain't blaming the players. You should be able to play the way you want. Yet, at the same time, I believe the developers should have thought about that or consider that players are going to do whatever they want to do.
that is true.
And we can clearly see
That is true. Because like there were times where I wanted to metal farm, which requires you to go on a, you know, relatively easy blitz mission. The squids are the easiest and the fastest, and then you kill yourself. You kill yourself about 6 times. And you get 9 medals like every 4 to 5 minutes. That's a really good farm. But I felt bad. I'm like, I'm fucking up the major order. So I didn't. But now I'm kind of sitting here like, well, guess it's time to go to Cyberstan. Like, I felt like I couldn't do what I wanted to do because of the major order, which, you know, kind of sucks. But it's a part of the game, I guess. I don't know. It's a very finicky kind of feeling, you know?
that on the galactic map. But like I said, I totally get where they're coming from with the reinforcement budget, but the idea on paper sounds better than the actual outcome that we're related. Note, there's a post going around on the Helldivers subreddit page where players have expressed their frustrations with the latest major order and the Cyberstan invasion. Not only that, there's a post right here where this player says they respectfully disagree with the sentiment because B Vitamin, an Arrowhead support team member, wrote, "The MO is possible, but it's not easy. Lock in, play cautiously, and don't die. I've seen players win impossible MOs dozens of times. Don't be
That's
afraid
true,
to
I've done
lower
it.
the difficulty if you need to.
Nope.
Or worry about full clearing if it's going to cost too many reinforcements."
Ah, that's a big one. That's a big one. I say it all the time. Focus the objectives. And if you have the time and the reinforcements, go do the side stuff. But if you're sitting there with 0 reses, and there's fucking like 1 minute before the extraction timer runs out, and you're not even there yet, type shit, and you got motherfuckers still trying to clear out the side objectives, I don't know if that's worth it. I mean, is it? Like, that's kind of like the biggest dilemma for me, is I don't fucking know. I don't know if it is worth it to full clear and not extract, or to do the objective, kind of clear, and then extract. Like, which is more important?
Play it safe. The most important thing is not dying. Good luck, Helldivers.
Not dying. It says it right there. Don't die.
It's impossible. Go and prove them wrong. I know you can do it. Cyberstan must fall. Then this member goes on to make a valid point that we're playing the grunt fantasy. We're not Jedi Knights. Yet to be fair, they're not wrong at all because we're supposed to lose lives. In fact, that's why there are so many cryopods with Helldivers in them. We're basically expendable. So yeah, it doesn't make sense at all to me. But what I'd like to ask you, Helldiver, yes, you watching, do you think the reinforcement budget was a good idea or not? And what would you have wanted the devs to do instead? Let's now continue along here because we have a brand new message from High Command, and they wrote, "The SEAF 12th Armored Division has successfully severed primary supply lines connecting cyborgs on the northern Cyberstan hemisphere to their automaton servants on the southern hemisphere. Automaton forces are severely hindered in their ability to redeploy reinforcements to contested zones. The enemy opposition is collapsing. Planet-wide defense ratings are
Am I gonna play any
temporarily
Helldivers this stream?
compromised.
No.
Helldivers capitalize on this beautiful advantage while it lasts.
No, I only got
And
like a couple
quickly,
minutes.
I just want to say I said beautiful.
I kind of just wanted to go over some updates, kind of just hang out with you guys, shoot the shit for a little bit.
This right here is some good news because at
No, I gotta head off to work later.
that we do not have any reinforcements, but with this change right here, this is actually going to make things a little bit easier in terms of liberating. Anyway, the question now is, are we actually going to win or lose? I think we're actually going to win.
I think we're
gonna
gonna win.
Opinion earlier about the reinforcement budget, because if we look here at the galactic map, we have 65 million reinforcements. And on the far right, we have an estimated time for when we'll completely lose all reinforcements, which is in 60 hours and some minutes. That being said, if we look at the mega factory called Star Kill,
Okay, I think this is what Jumper was talking about earlier.
Liberating this mega factory. It says right here that roughly in 16 hours we'll win, which means we'll have more than enough time to push to Transcendence and win, because if you don't know, by taking over Transcendence, we win automatically, and this planet will be completely liberated. In fact, in the recent High Command message, they specifically wrote this: Helldivers destroy Transcendence to liberate Cyberstan.
Troy, do I have you on Helldivers?
From its socialist overlord,
Do I have you added?
so it may bathe in the majesty of managed democracy for liberty. Yep, that's all we have to do is liberate Star Killed and then Transcendence next, and then we win. But the question is, how do we do this? Well, it's quite simple, guys. Put your ego to the side and start, playing on lower difficulty.
Hell
There's
no.
no problem with that.
Hell
Don't
no.
ego to it. Really. I mean, it's not an issue, especially when we need to win this planet. So, if I could recommend anything, I'd...
Nope, if you're on. Well, I mean, yeah, if you're on, dude, or whenever I'm on, you know what I mean? I'll add you if you could fucking play some divers. Looks like we already got somebody in here, fucking Caden. What's up, dude? But yeah, no, back to what my man Glitch is talking about. Hell no. We play on Super Hell Dive only around here. You can't because you're in the UK and it's like midnight right now. That's fair. No, that's totally fair. When are you usually on? Because I'm on around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard, so that's about it's about like 4 hours ago. Or earlier, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we do some earlier streams.
Say play on lower difficulties and use maybe a bubble shielder. That's how we'll win. But if we lose, we lose. And I have a feeling someone out there is going to be like, well, at least we got a goal.
But I work at night, so it's like I can't. Sometimes if I'm off, I might have like a night stream or something.
I want to bring up about Cyberstan is a great recommendation, feedback, suggestion, whatever you want to call it. And this player right here deserves all the credit, and it's a really good one. They wrote, Arrowhead, if you're reading this, disable every city except Transcendence.
Yes.
Once it unlocks.
Yes, that is
Your
true.
Helldivers cannot follow simple instructions. They can't read. If you want this to be close, you need options. If you want us to succeed, you might need to do something drastic and change the way progress works, because a large chunk of your Helldivers are actively unhelpful.
God damn it, that is so true. I was just talking about how I can't read. I was just talking about how I can't fucking read. This is absolutely true, though. I absolutely agree. If we unlock Transcendence, like, block off every other map, dude. But if you can see, you can kind of see, like, what they're going for. They're trying to, like, appeal to everyone kind of thing. Because if you look, you know, on the Cyberstand Mega Factories, we still have a level 1, a level 2, and a level 3 available. So it's kind of like giving you an option if you want to play, you know, a certain difficulty. To be honest with you, I don't really notice a difference between these. Like between the level 2s and the level 3s, aside from the enemy forces. Ursuit 9 has the Incineration Core, whereas Starkilled has the Jet Brigade. It's really the only difference. But at the same time, I don't really get it. Because you still got 2,000 people on the first or I should say second Mega Factory Solidarites. And it's some folks on Lurza. Who's on Lurza? Another 2,000, so very weird.
This right here is absolutely spawn on. So Arrowhead and Sony, I know you're watching my videos. Can you please submit this information to somebody within the group so we can actually see this change? Next up, we've got a brand new post from Arrowhead New Year. Let's check it out and let me know what your thoughts are by the end of the video. But let's go ahead and play it now.
我超级自由的胳膊，超级地球万岁！
在生化斯坦就穿战马套装，山峦鳞甲附体，身披忠诚惊雷之体，40、40、40、80，给生化人送上超级春节的祝福。 踏平生化斯坦，我一马当先。战马套装现已上架超级商店。
Moving along, we've got news that Arrowhead Games
What did I just watch? What the fuck was that?
Studios just celebrated their birthday yesterday. Right here, they wrote, "Today is Arrowhead Games."
I've been having
Studios'
some bad
birthday
weather
birthday,
conditions. It's been fucking up my
17
internet.
On the 17th. Huge thanks to all our players, our Magicka mages, our Gauntlet heroes, our veterans of the First Galactic War, and now our veterans of the Second Galactic War. We are so grateful for your continued support. Well, congratulations to Arrowhead. I know I'm a little late on this.
They're 17
I
years
should've
old.
Talked about this yesterday, but I decided to upload a review video. If you haven't saw it just yet, definitely watch it after this video. Alrighty, let's now go over some questions from some fellow subscribers. We've got a question here from a subscriber that asked, about the fourth faction. Is there a fourth faction? Because they saw someone online talking about it. No, there's
I thought the
no
Cyborgs was a fourth faction.
Nothing has been confirmed by Arrowhead or anyone. If you saw anything that said, hey, the fourth faction has arrived, that's pure clickbait. The only enemy that has arrived is the Cyborgs. But the Cyborgs and Automatons share the same faction. They have the same logo. This second question here
do they?
is about expanded lobbies. This player here said that they saw a post where someone confirmed there's massive lobbies and that the
I did
developers
hear
are
about that.
expanding stuff. No, that's actually clickbait as well. I'm not sure where you guys are getting your information from.
Yeah, no, I mean it's rumors. I think that's the kind of the point of the question. But yeah, no, I did hear about I think it came like from a developer himself talking about that they're working or they're interested or I don't want to, quote anybody, but yeah, I definitely do remember that conversation. However, it is time for me to head off, fellers. It does appear I'm having some connection issues anyway. So on that note, thank you guys so much for coming by and hanging out, dude. I will catch you fellers in the next one. Hopefully I can get stream started a little bit earlier, and we can have a good time, as well as Transcendence. So hopefully by tomorrow we should be on our way to liberating Transcendence. It's gonna be one hell of a time. I don't honestly expect anything different, to be honest, like as far as difficulties, but we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna be a good time. Thank you, Troy. You have a fantastic rest of your night. Sleep tight, brethren. Catch you guys later, alright? GG's.